Ruby, and I'm here to talk about a great writer, comedian and playwright. Can you guess who this is? You may never have heard of this person, but he was pretty famous around about 100 years ago. The subject of my talk is Oscar Wilde. The first time I became interested in Oscar Wilde was when I was about 7 and read one of his most famous children's stories, The Selfish Giant. It tells the story of a beautiful garden and the lessons a small boy could teach someone much bigger than him. Oscar Wilde was born in Dublin, Ireland in 1854. He died in 1900 when he was only 46. My mother tells me this is very young. In his short life, he did some pretty big things. He wrote plays, novels and short stories. Some became an instant success, others took longer. Oscar Wilde himself attracted a lot of attention. He had long hair, which back then was considered very girly. He also had a highly unusual style of dressing. He loved to shock people by suddenly saying outrageous things. For example, he said, "Of course I've played outdoor games. I once played dominoes in an open-air cafe in Paris." And another one I really like. The typewriting machine, when played with expression, is no more annoying than the piano when played by a sister or near relation. Apologies to my sister. Another favourite story of mine is The Happy Prince. When I came to the end of this story as a little girl, I almost cried, and I've never forgotten it. If you haven't read The Happy Prince, I think you should. A few weeks ago, I went reluctantly with my grandma to see a play by Oscar Wilde called The Importance of Being Earnest. I knew it was an adult play, so I wasn't really looking forward to it. I was wrong. The play told a complicated story of numerous mix-ups, hilarious mistakes, and quite a few jokes. The actors were amazing. They had to act serious and be funny at the same time. For me, this would have been quite hard, as I would have started laughing and not being able to stop. The main character, Lady Bracknell, was played by, surprise, surprise, a man. I know this sounds strange, but he actually suited the part better than a woman. Lady Bracknell was very loud, very self-centered, and extremely snobbish. He was perfect. I found out that Oscar Wilde wrote this play because he needed money. He decided to write something quick and to his own taste. Apparently he laughed the whole time he was writing. It was a huge success and got him out of some deep debts. Oscar Wilde's life wasn't completely happy, which surprised me as he had written so many funny things. But he brought a lot of joy to other people's lives, which I think counts for a lot. Oscar Wilde died in Paris, poor and without many of the friends he had had while he was famous. But he was funny to the end. His very last words as he lay in his room were, "Either that wallpaper goes or I do." And unfortunately, he did.